Hello everyone, welcome to Good DIY Plans. In this video, we're going to be going over how to make this beautiful event cart display. So it is fully collapsible. It's something that you can transport in the back of an SUV or like a truck. As of right now, about 500 people have already attempted to build this, and some of them have left reviews. We have 26 reviews, and as of right now, it's at 5.0 stars, which is really awesome. So let's take a look to see what people have actually done with this. So looks like this person has a Valentine's Day display. This one by far is my favorite. It makes me really happy just looking at it. So this person is selling some honey. They said very well made and attracts the customers. That's awesome. This one's also really nice. So this person has a sourdough display, it looks like. So they made that really, really beautiful. And then here we have an empty cart. And then this person is maybe using it for like a wedding or prom or something like that. And then also this use case, so somebody is also using it for garden decor as well. Now, overall dimensions of the cart are about 72 inches tall, it's 28 inches deep, and about 54.25 inches wide. So when this collapses, it does collapse into these individual components, which again can be stored in your garage or a warehouse pretty easily. So let's go ahead and build out the first component. This is going to be the bottom shelf. It's made out of 1x4 lumber. You're going to need two 1x4 lumber pieces here that are 19 inches and then two that are 40.75 of an inch. Go ahead and secure that with wood glue and then some pin nails. Next, you're going to add 1/8 inch thick plywood that's going to go on top. This is 40.75 and 20.5 inches. So go ahead and go around the perimeter, securing that with pin nails and wood glue. The next part will be to build that central shelf. So this is the main shelf. We're also going to be using 1x4 lumber for this. It's 47 inches long. And what we're going to do is we're going to remove this blue part. So probably the easiest way to remove this would be just to mark it off and then either use a circular saw or even a handheld saw or a jigsaw to just remove that out. You're going to need a total of two of these components. Next, what we're going to do is add some 1x4 lumber to the ends here to make it into a rectangle. These are both 19-inch 1x4 lumber pieces, 39.25 inches apart. And you're going to want to leave 6.25 inches away from the edge there. So again, secure with wood glue and pin nails. Next, go ahead and add the 1/8 inch thick plywood sheet. That's going to serve as the shelf bottom. So this is 20.5 inches by 40.75 of an inch. Secure with wood glue and pin nails. Next, go ahead and add the handle for this. So this is 1 1/8 diameter dowel, about 21 inches. You could use thicker dowel as well here. So that's just a recommendation, but you would need a matching Forstner bit. So this is 1 1/8 diameter Forstner bit, which we're going to use in another place for this build as well. But the dowel should go about 2 inches away from the edge here and about an inch from the top or 1/7 of an inch right there. So once you drill that through, you're going to be able to go ahead and add the handle itself. So insert the handle and then use some glue so that it doesn't spin around. All right, next we're going to build the top shelf display. So this is made out of 1x2 lumber. You're going to have two pieces that are 11.25 inches on the ends here and then 37.75 for the longer side. So pre-drill, use wood glue and use pin nails. So go ahead and add 1/8 inch thick plywood here as well. So this is 12.75 inch by 37.75 inch. So secure that as well. Okay, next what we're going to do is we're going to make the roof. So the roof is going to be made out of 1x4 lumber. This is kind of the skeleton of it. This is going to be 42 inches. And we're going to cut off these blue parts here. So these are 30 degree angles. So we're going to cut that off right there. And we're going to cut that off right there as well. So we're going to make a total of two of these identical components. And next what we're going to do is we're going to add these little cross pieces. So these are just 1x2 lumber pieces with the ends here cut at 45 degrees. This is a smaller piece, so be cautious when cutting it with that miter saw. It's about 5 inches, 4 5/16 of an inch. And then you're going to need a total of 4 of these. So how do they integrate? Well, you're going to take two of those 1x4 pieces for the roof, and you're going to add these green little components to it. So the first one is going to be about 3/16 of an inch away from the edge. Then this is the really important part. This is the 3/4 inch gap. It does have to be 3/4 inch because we're going to be securing the poles of the roof, and they're going to go right into the space. So make sure this space is accurate so that the roof doesn't wobble. So go ahead and secure those. It's going to be about 36.25 inch from the ends of the center ones, and then do the same thing on this end here. So use wood glue and then connect those together. All right, next what you need to do is go ahead and add a 2x2 lumber piece. This one is going to be at the top here with a 2-inch overhang. So this is decorative. And we're going to secure that again with pin nails and some wood glue. To add the wood shingles, we're going to be using 1x4 lumber. And this is 7.75 inches long. And we're going to cut away this blue part here. So probably the best way to do this would be to use a jigsaw. And what you can do is cut away about 1.75 inch away from the end there. That way you have nice rounded shingles. So you're going to create a whole bunch of these. So you're going to need a total of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 20, 24. Total of 24 of these pieces. Next, go ahead and secure them into place. So you're going to be using some pin nails and wood glue for this. And you're going to get a very nice, pretty looking roof here. It's forming up nicely. Okay, next, let's go ahead and make the legs of the cart. So the legs are going to be made out of 1x4 lumber. I should say 1x4 rather. With one end cut at 45 degrees. So this is going to be 28.5 inches long. And then this right here is the part that gets cut at 45 degrees. So go ahead and make a total of 4 of these. And what we're going to do at this point is attach the casters to these. So the plan that is going to be linked below does have the caster wheels on Amazon that you can purchase. So there's a link there. You can go to it and purchase those specific ones for this build. Okay, so we're going to be using some bolts here. So you need to use a 5/16 inch bolt with a washer, lock washer, and a nut for securing the assembly of the stand. Ensure bolts are long enough to maintain a 1.5 inch distance between the washers. So what that means is from end to end here, we need about 1.5 inches. This can be longer. The bolt can be longer. Ideally, it would be nice and neat, not too long. So you're going to need a total of, let's see, 3, 6, 6 times 4. So 24 of these pieces, right? So where do they go? Well, let's dive into that. So you have your legs that you just cut, right? Then you've got the bottom shelf that you built, and then the upper shelf that you built. That's the one with the handle. So what you need to do is you're going to be drilling some holes that are going to be with the correct size drill bit to integrate these screws and bolt and washer assemblies in there. So the dimensions of that would be about 3 inches away from the edge here. So 3 inches, and you're going to do that for all the legs. So 3 inches over there as well. And then here, a 6 7/16 of an inch from the bottom, and then 14 13/16 inch over here. So go ahead and pre-drill those, and then you can assemble it. Next, we're going to be adding the poles for the roof. So this is 1x4 lumber. It's 43.5 inches long. And then we're going to make the end pointy here by cutting off these ends. So the blue part gets cut away at 45 degrees, just in the center there. So you're going to make a total of 2 of these. They kind of look like pickets a little bit. So where do these integrate? Well, they're going to hold the upper shelf, but they integrate here. So we're going to integrate these just like we did with the other bolt and washer assemblies. And we're going to leave this top open because we're going to be adding the roof there. So the roof just comes on. It's going to be something that you can slip on and off. So as I mentioned before, the groove here, that's where this pole gets inserted. So it sits directly on top of that. Okay, so the next part will be to add the decorative legs to this cart. It really gives it a lot of that character. It's really what makes this cart stand out, in my opinion. So here we're going to be using this 1 1/8 diameter Forstner bit one more time. So we're going to be just adding a hole here, and we're going to insert a dowel and then add the wheel to it. So a good placement for it would be 1 3/4 inch from here, and then 10 11/16 inches from the bottom. So these wheels are decorative. They are not actually going to hold the weight of the cart. That's what the legs are for. So you can use bigger wheels, which means you just have to move that axle higher up. So here we have 1 1/8 diameter dowels, about 4.5 inches here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and insert those after we've drilled the holes. Use wood glue so that they don't spin around and so that they lock into place. Now these wheels themselves, we're not going to be building them. And the reason why, this requires actually a lot of skill and specialized tools and materials. So it's so much cheaper to just buy these already made. You can buy them at Home Depot or Lowe's or online. A lot of places sell them. They will be linked in the DIY plan as well, so you can purchase these. But what we need to do is now slip them onto the axle here, and what we need to do is lock them into place. So we can use some 1/4 inch diameter dowels here, about 3 inches. And the idea is to just drill a small hole here and just knock it into place. That way the wheel, it can still spin, but it's not going to be falling off in either direction because it's got glue there, and then it's got the dowel on this side. Okay, so at this point you are done. You can go ahead and stain and paint this. I really like how it looks when it's stained. It leaves that natural wood. So if you need it to be like really well protected, you can use like a marine grade sealant once you stain it, or some simple polyurethane. For those of you who are ready to build the event cart, I do have the DIY plan linked below. It's much more detailed than this video, and it goes into the tools needed, the hardware, the materials, the lumber, the dowels. It's got the cut list, the step-by-step instructions, of course, and everything that you're going to need in order to be successful with this build. I do appreciate everyone who supports good DIY plans. You guys have an awesome day. If this video was valuable to you, check out the next project on the screen.